Welcome dear students to this lecture. So in the last class we have studied the thermodynamic equilibrium. The thermodynamic equilibrium is attained when simultaneously three equilibriums, namely thermal equilibrium, mechanical equilibrium and chemical equilibrium, coexist in a system. So this concept of thermodynamic equilibrium or thermal equilibrium gives rise to a basic law of thermodynamics, that is, the primary law of thermodynamics is called as the zeroth law of thermodynamics. So what is that? So when two bodies, let us consider a body A and a body B. So these two bodies are separated by a wall which is adiabatic. Adiabatic. So this adiabatic wall is there in between these two systems. So let us consider XA, YA are the properties of system A and XB, YB are the properties for system B. So what is an adiabatic wall? So this wall does not permit the transfer of heat in between the system A and B. So this may be of asbestos, this may be made up of wood. So this material may be the material for this adiabatic wall or separation. So once these two systems are connected by this adiabatic wall, so you cannot see any changes in between in the properties of the system. Now I am going to connect these two systems with a third system C. This is system C by a diathermic wall. So this diathermic wall may be metallic wall. So this will allow the transfer of heat through its boundary or through this wall. Now the properties of this system C is XCYC. Now when these two systems A and B are connected to the system C by this diathermic wall, so what you will see, the properties of this system XAYA, XBYB are changed, and finally what you will see, that these properties, XY property of system A and this XY property of system C are equal. Similarly, the properties of B and the properties of C are equal. So this system or this analysis gives rise to the statement of this zeroth law. So what is that? One thing. So now if you just remove this diathermic wall, or if you just analyze this system, by removing the system C, the diathermic wall and the adiabatic wall. So what you will see, the properties of system A and the properties of system B are equal. Earlier, when it was separated by this adiabatic wall, so their properties are not equal. But when the diathermic wall is connected to the system C, then separately the system A and system C are having equal properties. Then separately the system B and system C, they are having equal values of the properties. So after removing this diathermic wall, the adiabatic wall and the system C, so now what you can see, that the properties of system A and B are equal, means they are in thermal equilibrium. So what you can say, that when two bodies or systems are in thermal equilibrium with a third one, then they are in thermal equilibrium with each other. So when two bodies or systems, these are the two systems, they are separately with equilibrium, thermal equilibrium with a third body, that is why these two bodies, when they are separated, the two bodies will be in thermal equilibrium. So this is the statement for this zeroth law. So now this concept of this zeroth law and thermal equilibrium, this will give rise to the definition of temperature. So till now you have not defined the temperature parameter. So what is temperature then? So a thermodynamic property that determines whether or not a system is in thermal equilibrium with other systems. So here this definition of temperature comes. So as because we are studying classical or macroscopic thermodynamics, that is why this is the perfect definition of temperature. So to define temperature, so you can use the word heat, but without defining heat. So to define temperature, so it is not the perfect thing. So to define temperature, so you need to take help of the thermal equilibrium state. But in microscopic or in statistical thermodynamics, so the temperature is defined in other way. So here this definition is for this classical or our macroscopic thermodynamics. So you should remember this definition. Thank you, dear students.